This is an introduction to environmental laws. Welcome students to our lesson this week, and we're going to learn about environmental laws, how they help young Namibian students understand why we have rules to protect our environment and how the rules can help us understand the environment. So, we have environmental laws, but what are environmental laws? Imagine our environment is like our home. We have rules at home to keep it clean and safe, right? Environmental laws are like rules for our own country, for the whole country, which is Namibia, to keep our air, water, land, and animals safe and healthy. For example, there's a law that says we shouldn't throw trash in the river. This keeps our water clean for drinking and for the fish who live in the water. Just imagine if we would have trash in this water, papers and plastics and things. How would the animals be able to live in this environment? So let's learn about protecting our trees. In Namibia, we have laws to protect our beautiful trees. Trees gives us shade, clean air, and homes for birds. Think about it. What happens if someone cuts down too many trees without permission? This is bad for the environment because animals lose their homes and the air gets less clean. Remember, the trees are there to clean our air. Okay, they take in carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. We breathe oxygen. So without trees, we will not be able to breathe. A law might say we can only cut down a few trees if we plant new ones. This is like a rule to make sure we always have trees for the future. Now, can you draw a picture of a healthy forest with many trees? Draw a picture of a healthy forest with many trees. Do it in your book and hand it in by the end of the lesson. There's going to be another drawing that you need to make. Your turn to be an environmental helper. Think about one thing you can do to help protect our environment at home or at school. Here are some ideas. Littering. What is littering? Littering is where you throw your chips pakkie or your lollipop stick or your plastic baggie that your bread came in on the floor and you leave it there. You don't pick it up. That is littering. We need to put our trash, the things that we do not want to eat or cannot eat anymore, we're not going to use anymore, we need to put that in the bin and not on the ground. What happens to litter? When we litter, animals eat it and they get sick, or it goes and animals get stuck in it and they get hurt. Or it even dirtifies and lakes in our water. So we are drinking dirty water if we have trash in our water. So it's very important that we put our trash in the bin and not on the ground. We need to save water. We are living in a desert country, meaning that the most of our country is desert and we're not getting a lot of rain. Yes, it doesn't seem like it this year in 2026, but we are not getting a lot of rain. Now, we cannot just let the taps run as we would like or let the leaking tap just run. We can't do that. We need to fix the tap or turn off the taps when they're not in use. We need to use water sparingly. Turning off lights. We need to turn off lights because lights comes from electricity and they use coal to burn for electricity, which means the more electricity we use, the more coal they need to burn and the dirtier our air gets. So switch off the lights when you leave a room. Switch off the aircon if you're not using it. Switch off your laptop or your computer when you are done using it. Save electricity. And you can also help by planting things, planting trees. Remember, trees and plants gives us air to breathe. The more plants we have, the better air we'll have. So grow a small plant at home or at school. Now think, draw a picture of yourself doing one of these helpful actions, whether it is picking up trash and throwing in the bin, whether it is switching off the lights, whether it is saving water or planting trees. Draw a picture of yourself doing this helpful action. Now let's look at an example of dirty and clean. So we need to show our teachers your drawing from the previous slides. You need to have two drawings. One of a forest and one of you doing something helpful for the environment. Your drawing will show us how you will be a helper for Namibia's environment. So why are these laws important? Environmental laws help keep Namibia beautiful for everyone. They protect the animals and plants that live here. They also make sure we have clean water to drink and clean air to breathe. Our beautiful Namibia has amazing nature, from the desert to the ocean, from forest to wildlife. Environmental laws help protect all of this beauty. What happens if we don't follow the rules? We get polluted water. If people throw trash in rivers and water becomes dirty and unsafe for drinking and for fish. This also happens when people bathe in the water, when they use the river for their bathroom. This pollutes water and people cannot drink the water anymore, nor can the fish live in this water. If too many trees are cut down, animals lose their homes and the air gets less clean. So the animals lose their homes if we cut out too many trees. Why do these laws help? These laws help us stop these bad things from happening and keep our environment healthy. Let's look at these two pictures. One of them are clean and one of them are polluted. Can you see the difference? Remember, polluted means it's unsafe and dirty, where there's sick and unhealthy animals, where we have dirty air and land. That is a polluted area. Clean area, we have safe water, happy, healthy animals, and clean air and land. So it's important that that our beaches and our towns look like this, and definitely not like this. So we need to pick up things if we see that there's something wrong, something dirty. Pick up the bottles, pick up the plastics, pick up the papers. Even if you did not put it there, pick it up. You are an environmental hero. Remember, even small actions can make a big difference for our environment. By following environmental rules, you are helping to protect Namibia for today and for the future. Let's work together to keep Namibia clean.